to TestWord Teachers Tea Room. Here, you will learn useful tips on how to teach with TestWord textbook to achieve the learning objectives in the curriculum. Join us for today's session on sources of funding for the school.
Now, we want to go to, at this point in time, sources of funding for the school and marketing the school. The school needs to be marketed in these days and time. So, Dr. Fadaka, you want to start?
Yeah. Sources of funding. How do you raise funds, even if you don't have enough? The other time we mentioned the fact that you can reach out to the community, the smaller community, that's community around you, and even the larger community. And how do you reach out to them? We may not be talking about physical cash. They can give you, they can make donations, not in cash, but in kind. For example, when you go, if it's your small community, nuclear community, I will call it, you can go to either the Bale or the local government chairman and give them a list of what you want done in the school. They can they will pick what they want. Then you can also ask them to adopt a pupil or pupils depending on how buoyant that person is. And how do you do that? They can decide to finance the education of a particular student, most especially the indigent students, but those are the ones who will need such help. Then you can also decide to reach to the old students association of the school, the alumni of the school. And in fact, nowadays many of them are doing that. Igbobi College is doing that, Government College is doing that, St. Anne's School Ibadan is doing that. Even at the tertiary level, they are also doing that. They will be just too happy and be very, very proud to be part of the development of the school. Let me allow you to.
The ones you have spoken about now, Dr. Fadaka, you will know that it's going to become in the area of kind and not cash. Now we want to discuss physical cash, knowing people and what they are. Let's look at how the school can make physical cash to run their things. You understand what I mean now? Because yes, you can do alumni, you can do so many things. There's also that thing I spoke about last week, adoption of schools. What we don't know is that a lot of the big companies outside there, they know that it's a civic societal responsibility to give to the society. I know some schools that have been adopted by big companies and they do quite a lot for them. Yeah. So you may want to also look into that. If you know a big person in a big place, your school can be adopted. Honestly, you will enjoy it. But how can schools make physical cash? He's trying to talk about the area of textbook, and I believe in it so much. Because you get this textbook outside, 1,000. If you get it from the publisher, maybe you get it for 700, then you can give it away at 900 naira. So the 200 per head makes a lot of sense. So how can schools make physical cash?
Thank you very much. You've said one. You said one. Textbooks and exercise books. You know, it's not just textbooks. You can customize your exercise books and sell them. You know, the number of exercise books each pupil needs, or each student, if you're in the secondary school, you know the number they need, you know the workbooks they need, the drawing books they need. You can pack them all and get the publishers to print them with your school logo and design them properly, nicely, to meet your students or pupils' needs, and then sell them every term or every year, depending on what, along with the textbooks. It may not seem much initially, but like she said, 200 here, there, 150 here, 100 there. Before you realize it, little trickles, right down the line, depending on the number of pupils or students, is a lot of money. Then another thing is the school uniforms. You can customize your school uniforms. There are many school uniforms out there. If they go to Oshodi Dam there and all those check lines and buy them, you don't have an image anyway, if that is what you use for your school. I believe a school should have an intentionally designed school uniform with logo, you know, that will make your pupils look very smart. They should, and then you encourage the parents not to buy the baggy ones. You know, when they are very long and baggy, for heaven's sake, the child doesn't look smart, and it affects his psyche and affects how others see him. He may even start they may even start laughing at him or her if the uniform is looking very drab. So it's important you can get good, not just for his sake. Don't exceed expectation in whatever you're doing, whether it's in designing of the exercise books or getting the textbooks, getting the uniforms. Exceed expectation, so that by the time the parents calculate how much, if they are to do it on their own, they'll see that it doesn't worth it, and you still have given them something beautiful. There's cap, beret, cardigan, shirt, shoes, in fact even socks. They are designed with logos now, beautifully designed socks with logos. Thank God our children wouldn't get lost, but if they happen to be on the street, somebody can say that. So it's important. There are so many things. Just sit down and be creative. Thank you.
Okay. Dr. Onukwe, you want to say something?
Okay. Now, today we are talking to administrators of secondary schools. So, at this level, I see children are already very creative in their various vocational studies. And they already, some of them are adults. We treat them as young adults. They are teens, but they are still young adults. So as you take on your projects in the classroom, the home economics, technical drawing, name it, housekeeping, art, creative art, and all that. So the children can come up with projects and competitions, such that on open day, you invite all the teachers in your auditorium and exhibit some of these things that the children have done, and let them bid. They can bid for the best. They can, you can raise money from the cooking, the tasting, you know, whatever shows you have. Let the community begin to feel the impact of your school, your students and their performances, even before they come out. You know, I was telling my neighbor the other time that we don't even know our neighbors, we don't know the children in our community, we don't know how well they are doing. When we see them on the road, we can't even recognize them. You know, so those communal life is leaving us. So you as a school owner can begin to walk around your creative subjects and display them, so that parents can, if they can buy tickets to come and watch the cooking competition, why not? If they can come and test the electrical circuits their son have done with an opening ticket of 10,000 naira, why not? So they will buy it, and they'll probably make a video of it and put on their Instagram and show people how my son did this and that. So we have to be a bit creative around funding. And there's something else I wanted to say, but when I remember it, I'll chip it in again. So today's learning has also moved beyond classroom walls. You can start your teachers can come together and organize some in-house training for themselves, which you can upload to websites to show how well your school is doing. You know, do a video that can hype and sell. You put it on Instagram, sell the school to the world beyond your environment. And also, like she has said, the school does not operate in isolation. You are in a community. You can organize some special evening adult education classes for certain age groups in your community. They will come So, I mean, the school management should look at their, like she said, every school has a reason for being in operation. So, target activities, arrange, design activities that will suit your capabilities so that you can turn them into some money-making activities. Thank you.
Thank you very much. God bless you. To make money now, you now know the things to do to make money. Now let's look at marketing the school. I've come across school owners. The woman was telling me, I've been operating for the past 6 years somewhere in Ogulano, and the children have not been more than 50-something. I said, you're doing something wrong. You are doing something wrong. How can they market their school?
Well, the first thing I would say is quality. When everything you do has good quality, it is easier to market the particular school. There is a school. At initial stage, the owners were not marketing it, and they were getting patronages from different sources. It continued for a while, but with this population explosion and school here and there, they started feeling it. How do we market this school? We had to wake up, and we started going around. We started from the vicinity in Lagos. Although the school has a hostel, and majority of the students there were staying in the hostel. Now, if you are considering the vicinity alone, it doesn't make sense. So we now go outside the vicinity. And what were we doing? Handbills were printed, and a lot of board bill, and billboard, a lot of billboard. At that stage, when they were not marketing the school, they had this kind of we established this school because we wanted our children to go to that school, and some of our friends, they really achieved it. The school has come to stay now by going around the hotels, going around the public places. Even we go to ministry, the permanent secretary, all of them, you market the school to them. And churches, religious, I will picture something here. You know, when I got to that school, there were no Muslim. Let me be specific. And here I am, a Muslim. Why? This school is good, and what is good for the goose is also good for the ganders. Let them be coming. I went to nearby mosque. Though the school you can't just patronize the school anyhow. You must have your money. And if you are marketing, you know who to go to. By the time you want to market a school like that, and you go to those at the head of the society, you may not get any response. But you go to very good mosque, you travel to Ikorodu, eventually they started coming. I met two, and I thank God before I left, they were up to 120. I spent 20 years in the school. So, marketing, again, at a stage, we had to go outside Lagos. We went to Abuja. We went to Bonny Island. Though Bonny Island was a later development in 2013, and Calabar too, Uyo too, we went there. We went around all the public places there. We spent about 2 weeks. That is another thing why I was trying to really give them, the school owners, to give them kudos. Because getting money, even to market, is not easy. Getting money to establish a school that will give quality. You need quality teacher. You need to pay them, not like getting just any salary. No, they must be paid very, very well for them to deliver. So we started going to all those about 11 centers. Up to today, they still operate that 11 centers. So every session, by January, they write exam. That's entrance exam. So I will really encourage all school owners. You need to plan your time. You must have budget for whatever you want to do. There has to be policy, and the policy must be implemented at all times. Otherwise, you just discover that the school will not achieve, will not progress. By the time you establish a school in 5 years and you don't have more than 20 students, it means something is wrong somewhere. Then again, we need to classify our those that will patronize us. We need to know them. By the time you fix your school fees,
Target audience.
yes, the target audience. Okay, we'll be collecting 2.5 million naira in a year. There are parents who will want to pay that. I can bet you in this Lagos, by the time you have 100 parents and you fix your school fees for 3 million, and they know that the son of Lagbaja is going there, the daughter of this person is there, well-connected person, they start bringing their children, leaving a school where they were paying something like 2 million. If you now fix 100,000 as your school fees per term, it means you need to look at the audience, the target audience, so that you make campaign among them, and in the course of that campaign, you know that they are coming, they will come. So we will continue to say this. I believe by the time you identify who to market to, how to market, I can bet you will get many patronages.
You wanted to say something?
Okay, let me just add. I think one other way of marketing the school is to encourage discounts. Encourage discounts. Sometimes when parents have 2 children, 3 or 4 in a school, you know, we are talking of secondary school, sometimes they may even be in the primary school of the establishment. You give such parents a certain discount. Once you know that the basics you need for each child's admission, then you can give discount on the overall for a family that has 2, 3. So it encourages them to pull their children there. Then sometimes what makes parents to choose to go to a school may just be word of mouth. I know that quite a, you know, my friends, have you seen this school? You know, it depends. We are talking about quality. If your quality is high, and then the children see the school as an extension of a beautiful home, where they are loved, they know when they are loved, they know when they are taken care of, they know when the school environment is conducive. They go home and ring this to their friends, they tell them again and again. You see children saying, I want to go to my friend's school, because they feel what you're telling them is a better deal than what they have. And if the parents are close, they want to give it a try. So you can also give a discount to a parent who brings another parent. That's another level of discount. So you see, all those little, it may just be small, it may be small, but it encourages that they become your marketers in the public space. Thank you.
Dr. Falaka, if you want to say something?
Yes, you can also use old students of the school who are either philanthropists or high and mighty in the society. Years ago, at the distance learning DLI of our school, somebody came and he wanted to market another DLI somewhere, and the person said he had, even though it was a lie, he had to tell them that I wouldn't want to mention the name, somebody, a high and mighty person, attended that school, and that attracted, it was going to be a satellite campus, and that attracted a lot of students to the school. Now let me just quickly also mention this, another source of income. But they can also start it at the secondary school level. You know, most of these tertiary institutions now, they produce water, they have their own bakery, like Unilag, not only Unilag, some, you know, I think it can also, at a small scale, it can also be done at the the school canteen or something like that. That will also be a source of income for the school.
Okay.
Thank you.
Fantastic answers. Yes, I see it. School fees depends on the needs of the school. You know, when Mr. Wahab was saying you can say 3 million, you can say this, I laugh because things have changed. Because now we know that a lot of schools there, they just collect money and it's nothing at the end of the day. When you say school fees depends on the needs of the school, school fees also depends on what the school can offer. You don't want to stay in a poor community and you're asking for millions. You know, because when you want to cite a school, you look at your target audience and you have gone to cite yourself in a slum and you want to collect millions. The safety of the school itself will be endangered.
If you have enjoyed the session, kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel at Teachers Tea Room. Thanks for watching.